This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And then the Shenango Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Look at this! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
To strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Stadium in Union Township. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP as tonight, Thursday night football conference opener as the Union Scotties host the Shenango Wildcats. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com, the NFHS Sports Network, the Trip Live High School Sports Network, the Union YouTube page, and Facebook Live. All brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, by MVP Insurance, by Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, by The Red Zone, by Castle Asphalt, by Washington Center Physical Therapy, by Medora Bonner Law, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health and Motion Physical Therapy, by Pontius Insurance, by Joseph's Marketplace, by Dorn Concrete, by Gem Builders, Inc., by Works in Progress Paint Services, by BNF Tax and Financial, by the City Rescue Mission, by Something for Your Wall Photography, by the Union Area Education Association, the Union Volunteer Fire Department, the Mahoning Township Fire Department, the Shenango Teachers Association, the Tri-County Principals Association, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership.
What a list.
That's why we're able to do this, Lee Moan.
You better believe it.
That's Lee Moan. I'm James Dotson, alongside a cast of thousands here at Union High School. That's what we are expecting. We are expecting a packed house here tonight for the Big Seven Conference opener between the 2-1 Scotties and the 2-1 Wildcats. And first off, let's just get this out of the way. Yes, it is Thursday night football. Lee, you know the last time WPIAL had Thursday night football games?
A couple of years ago, I believe it was, wasn't it, that we had some Thursday night football?
I mean, there were a couple that maybe got postponed to Saturday due to, like, some COVID stuff, but not as many that were pushed forward to Thursday. Last time you had just straight up all Thursday games back in the Root Sports days. They had that, remember that Root Sports game of the week?
It's been that long.
It's been that long.
Oh, okay, so because I knew that's what I was thinking about. This some of the TV broadcasts had those Thursday night games.
Yeah, back was that probably 2012, 2013.
Wow, okay.
I remember the Neshannock Stowe Rocks game that you and Shawzy did on a Thursday night.
But it's great though because they're the only game in town. It's sort of like a Monday Night Football fuel in the WPIAL.
It really is, and you get to have literally. I mean, there's been talk from people all over the county of different schools of like, yeah, it's a Thursday night. I like sports. I'm not doing anything on a Thursday night. Hey, I'm going to go out and check out this game between two rivals that are, just about 8 miles apart from each other. And how about this? Not only are they rivals, you talked about how long it's been since you've had a Thursday night football game. This is how long this rivalry has been around. Since 1929. Lee, this is the 89th time that Shenango and Union have played. It's one of the longest-running rivalries in terms of number of games played in high school football in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's known as the Back Alley Brawl is what I bought my shirt that they've specially made up, the Cats versus the Dogs, which I love. So I really needed another high school shirt, so, like, why not throw it out there? But, yeah, got to love it here. You said 8 miles apart and fun stuff here tonight.
It is, luckily for us, a beautiful evening. It will not be raining, Cats and Dogs, here tonight, though there are plenty of shirts to go around. So if you haven't made your way out to the stadium, get one of them as you make your way into the stadium. We're going to make our way into our first commercial break. We'll come back on our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show and break this one down between the Cats and the Dogs. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
When your doctor orders physical therapy, tell them you have a choice in where to go. Choose Washington Center Physical Therapy, centrally located in downtown Newcastle. This is our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. I'm James Dotson with Lee Moen alongside. Let's get our cast of thousands rightly introduced. Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers working on production. We'll have Josh Toman on camera with Jay Moen. We'll also have Jacob Walzer down in the field, and it looks like Kylie Frustorfer is going to be handling some camera work for us as well. As
I thought I recognized her.
Yeah, we tapped a little bit into the Union Broadcast Media class.
Yeah, did you see her shirt? The proud state championship shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Congrats. They'll be going to try and repeat for that WPIAL and state championship coming up in a few months under head coach Rob Nogue. And that's a fun place to start as we preview this game. How about Coach Rob Nogue getting back on the football sideline for the first time in nearly 15 years? The former head coach for Neshannock, former teacher at Neshannock, comes over about 6 or 7 years ago as a high school principal at Union, takes over as the basketball coach, and now the itch has gone back. The former Scotties quarterback is now back as the quarterback's coach and co-offensive coordinator in calling the plays tonight for the Scotties.
Yeah, you got to love it. And last week we had Terry Varelli from Wilmington coming out of the retirement, the Hall of Fame coach coming back in. So nice to see coaches come back.
Let's talk about the Scotties team at 2-1. A tough loss last week, Lee. Turnovers certainly hurt in the 30-14 loss to Cornell. A really good Cornell team, by the way, who's now in the top 5 rankings according to the Trib Live High School Sports Network. But more than anything, I think for Union, you got to be talking about starting strong tonight because all 3 games, they've fallen behind by 2 touchdowns. They were able to come back in the first 2. Actually, against Cornell, they retook the lead as well. But I'm sure Coach Nee and his staff are saying, let's work from ahead tonight, huh?
Not the recipe for success that you want for sure. You definitely don't want to keep on falling down by 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's a little bit different now. You're home tonight. I mean, but you still don't want to be falling down by 2 touchdowns. But their defense has not been good this year, giving up a ton of points, a ton of yards, and they have to find a way to stop Shenango here tonight.
Yeah, over 400 yards of offense allowed last week, a pretty good balance for that was what Cornell had. But also, the self-inflicted wounds. We talked about the turnovers, but the penalties on defense. So 5 or 6 offside penalties against them that kind of extended drives. You just can't do that against any team in this conference, especially. But really, what's turning out to be a pretty deep Class 1A field. Yeah,
and Shenango got away with it last week, which we'll get into. Mm-hmm. But on a consistent basis, you have to stop those unforced errors because it's going to come back to bite you.
Braylon Thomas has accounted for 11 touchdowns on the season for the Scotties, but he also spent some time at receiver. Talk about Lucas Stanley as he kind of change of pace at times / backup quarterback, gives a chance to give your quarterback who's running the ball a lot, touching the ball a lot, give him a break, but also maybe a chance to put him in new positions out there.
And we saw that last week. Yeah, he wasn't or the week before, we saw him in some new positions and catching a couple passes. But Lucas Stanley, he's going to be your quarterback more likely next year, so why not get him some snaps this year if you can? I mean, he's 9-13, so I mean, he's doing okay so far, so it looks like he's got a pretty decent arm. But, hey, get some experience.
The only thing that's better than saying 9 of 13 for Lucas Stanley, how about this number for Lucas Stanley? You ready for this one?
Go ahead.
6 of 8
Third down?
No.
Kicking extra points.
points.
Oh, okay, wow.
He was 0 of 1 in the first week. Coach Nee said, "We'll try it once. We'll see what happens." And that wasn't even his fault. The snap was bad on that, or the hold, I should say, was bad on that first one. But then 4 for 5 against Elwood and 2 for 2 against Cornell. So
very important.
Yeah, and that's something Union really has not had, was a consistent kicking game. Did not attempt one all of last year. Might that come to be a big part, because as we flip the script to Shenango, we know they have one of the best kickers in the district.
And they hardly used them last week. They had a chance to go for 35, 40-yard field goals, and surprisingly they chose to go elsewhere. But, I mean, that's why I broadcast and they coach for sure. But, yeah, he's a fantastic kicker. Got a great play easily from 45.
Yeah,
good range.
Andrew Johnson, a great kicker. I mean, we're blessed with some good kickers here in this county between him and Josh Wilkins of Mohawk. Both are almost automatic touchbacks every time they kick it. I think special teams, as a result, will be big, because that's where Union normally gets a lot of big plays. Can Shenango kick it deep, keep it out of their range, and then also maybe get a couple of those field goals when you do get outside of the red zone and have fourth down opportunities?
Yeah, correct. So they said special teams always a big part of a football game for sure.
Another big part of the football game, obviously, is your quarterback. And Shenango, talk about having a great we'll call him a number 2. That's how he started the year. But Sam Myers came in after Sam Patton gets hurt on the first offensive snap last week, Lee. His first play, he throws an interception. It could have been very downhill. Yes, he ended up with 4 interceptions in the game, but also 250 yards. And after he makes an interception that may have cost his team the game late, he goes and makes the play defensively to get the ball back for his team and later scores the game-winning touchdown. Sam Myers has played a gutsy game last week.
Yeah, he sure did. He came out slinging for sure. Like I said, Sam Patton getting hurt. They talking to the coaches, they hope to have him back hopefully in a couple weeks. So a little minor flare-up for him. But, yeah, it was a little scary. You said the first play of the first offensive series. But Myers said you got to take care of the ball a little bit better this week. But talking to the coaches while I was down there, James, they said we need to do a better job of making sure we put him into a better position to succeed. So that's what their job is. So they thought they didn't do a good enough job of getting him in a better position to succeed last week. So Myers sort of forced the issue a little bit last week. So let's see how they adjusted that tonight.
You got a chance to actually talk to Michael Agato before the game too here, Lee. He was released from the hospital on Sunday after having the scary injury that happened on Friday night. And talking to Coach Graham, the team knew that he was fine, but that his condition hadn't worsened when they had the extended halftime. That they were waiting to get him shipped off to one of the local hospitals, which was good news. That was at least you knew that nothing else serious was going on. You could stay focused on the game. Man, did that team rally and have a very emotional and motivational win there against Riverside last week. But just talk about you talked to Michael before tonight's game.
Yeah, by the way, it's a 13-minute ride from Shenango, a helicopter ride to the Pittsburgh Hospital. It was 7 minutes back when my brother got flown life flight from East Butler. But he said it was a nice, very comfortable helicopter ride. But he's in great spirits. And he's got a little part of a fractured hip, and it was more his ankle that was causing the problems. He played on that injured hip for a couple weeks.
Yeah, really didn't realize the severity of the injury, he said.
Until he got knocked down, and when he got up, he was definitely blacked out. But he hopes to be back in 4 weeks.
It's incredible.
Which is amazing, but he's in great spirits on the sidelines right now, and he's there. It's killing him to be on the sideline right now, but he's pulling for his team, and they said he hopes to be back. Good kid.
Oh, and that was great to hear, and that's part of it too. Is that yes, there have been some crazy instances over the course of the last couple of weeks on football fields. Our thoughts and prayers with Mason Martin from up in Karnes City. Our thoughts and prayers with Max Engel from Jersey Shore, who are in some tough battles as well. It is a tough situation, but that these kids want nothing more than to play, and I applaud any parent who is going to be willing to say, hey, go do what you love to do, and they understand the risks that are involved. And in the end, you have some of the best doctors around too, right there on the sideline, nurses, trainers who are looking out better than anybody else.
Yeah, for sure. And if you have to happily get shipped out to Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, is the best there is. But it's It's tough as a parent. I mean, you might have to deal with this in about 10 years or so.
I've already had to deal with the trip down to Children's.
You might have to deal with it with a son. Your son coming to you and say, "Hey, can I play football?" You might have to deal with that decision. But give it to the kids. Though. I mean, there's nothing more to Michael Egato wants to be out in that football field.
Before we get ready for our national anthem, talk about Colton Fedrizi's game last week.
He was a man amongst boys last week. I mean, he was everywhere. I did not have his officials' numbers, but he had to have at least 9 catches last week. He was just unbelievable the way he was catching the ball. Actually, on the year, he's 11 catches for 201 yards, 18-yard average. So he probably had 9 of those last week. I mean, he was the man amongst boys, and he put just a fantastic game.
That's going to be the big focal point, I think, of this offense because, and that's what the Union defense is going to look for because we were talking to Coach Graham. 6 two-way starters are out tonight. We talked about Pat and we talked about Egato. You're also missing your top 2 running backs and Landon Albertini, Jacob Kammerer. Saw Anthony Farilla is not in uniform tonight. It's just rough.
Farilla was a great defensive player last week. I mean, he had a couple sacks. He was playing both ways. So they're only dressing maybe 20 people tonight. So it's going to be a very, very tough draw for Shenango here tonight. So hopefully, at least it's a cold night. You don't have to worry about wind and everything. So let's
for a moment of silence.
Get a little moment of silence.
Of Sam Marino. Thank you all. At this time,
a moment of silence in memory of Sam Marino. And now we'll turn it over for the national anthem.
All those who are able, if you could please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem and remain standing for the alma mater and fight song.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there.
MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
We're back on our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. Let Norm Gabriel and the staff at Washington Center Physical Therapy get you back on your feet. Visit WashingtonCentrepT.com to schedule your next appointment. That's CENTRE, not CENTER. Washington Center RE. Canadian style, eh?
Eh?
About Thursday night football, eh?
Yeah, as I say, how do you spell Canada? C-A-N-A-D-A. Hey.
Hey. Well, we don't have the A, but we do have the U out here
Yes.
tonight. The Union Scotties against the Shenango Wildcats. Again, both teams with 2-1 records as you come into Big Seven Conference play opener. Let's look at the other conference games going on this weekend. Southside traveling to Northgate, Rochester hosting Summit Academy. The other two games in conference play, and Laurel has their non-conference tilt tomorrow, against Berlin Brothers Valley. We'll be out in Spartan Country next week as they take on the Union Scotties. It'll be one of our two games on the air next week for a Laurel team. Obviously very young, the defending conference champions from a year ago, but you're talking about the Scotties who are the defending district champions as the 10 seed, the first ever double-digit seed to win the 1A tournament.
Yeah, what a run for them last year. I mean, when you get on that run, you win a close game, the confidence builds. You win another close game, it even gets bigger, and then the shutout against Bishop Canavan on the big stage.
Wow.
That nobody, I don't think anybody expected that for sure. And then almost pulling it off against in the state championship game. Just a fantastic year, but the bullseye's on the back though this year, and they found that out last week.
And I think, defense is going to be the big key. We'll talk about the full keys of the game here in a moment here, Lee. But what I want to talk about first, though, is, again, this is the 89th meeting between the Wildcats and the Scotty Dogs. How about this? They played every year from 1929 all the way up to all the way up until 1992, and they played every year. One of those years they played twice in the same year. That was in 1938. Shenango won both times that year, by the way. That 10 years in the late 90s, early 2000s, they only played 3 times in that 10-year span, but they've played every year since, beginning in 2021. So you're talking from 2002, all the way to now 2023. So you're talking about 21 straight times these two teams have played. You can't beat knowing that you're going to play your rivalry every year, and even going through the classification changes and such. Scotties and Wildcats is an annual meeting.
And the only thing you don't have listed here, and I'm going to put you on the spot, is who leads the all-time series.
The all-time series is led by the Shenango Wildcats, 48, 34, and 6, which apparently I don't have on that sheet.
That's why I asked you. I was going to put you on the spot, but I knew you had it as the Scotties come on the field.
Yeah, I got to confirm that number now because I know, 48, 34, and 6. How about that?
Very good.
It's almost like I teach math for a living.
Yeah, it's the Shenango Wildcats on the field tonight.
Let's take a look at today's keys to the game, brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Lee, as we were talking about this leading up to the game, obviously for Union, it's doing everything you can to avoid those turnovers from last week, but it's also about making sure that you step up on D. You got to get back to that Coach Nate Balla, that Coach Palco style defense that you've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, they need to jump on the quarterback right here early on and try to force the game to Shenango if they can. And the Shenango side of the ball, I mean, I really feel like, James, you're going to have to establish some type of running game. They had absolutely nothing last week. Sam Myers, I mean, did a terrific job, but they had no running. If you can't get any running game going, that allows your defense for Union to just tee off. So you need to at least mix in some run here and there and hopefully be successful for them.
Captains are meeting out at midfield for the Shenango Wildcats. It's going to be Colton Fadrizi, Sam Myers, Connor Schreier, and Vincent Graziani. out there for the Scotties. Grayson Blakely, Andrew Cartwright, and Braylon Thomas.
And that was your Works in Progress Paint Services Keys to the Game. You can call them at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting or window cleaning project. That's the Works in Progress Paint Services Keys to the Game.
Well, we got the Sox Russo sunshine right in our eyes here for probably the first hour of the game.
I said it reminds us of Elwood City. We had it for about the first 40 minutes down there when we had the game Union and Elwood City, which was a terrific game down there also. Shenango won the toss, by the way.
Yep, this is the ceremonial coin toss. Shenango won and chose to get the football to begin tonight's game as well.
And the good news tonight, no Henry sighting.
No Henry sighting. We had the league confused all day, though.
Yeah, I was expecting it's like, oh, no, it's going to be a 4-hour game. But nothing, no. Henry is a good guy. I always have to say. I do love Henry. It's just a running inside joke that we'd love to have.
And we'll
continue.
And we will continue to have, for sure. Shenango in their road white uniforms with the bright yellow pants, big blue numerals. Scotties in their home Scotty blue with the silver helmets, white pants. They'll be going right to left into the sun.
And real quick, a quick shout out to John Yerich, too, because I was able to call him after the game last week and found out I was wrong in that touchback rule, which we might have to worry about when Shenango kicks off later on. But I was wrong both nights, so John Years cleared me up on the touchback rule in high school. It's all about the ball. So if the player has the ball and crosses the goal line, backs up into the end zone, it's not considered a touchback. So, and I was wrong. I'll say that one more time. I was wrong.
Make sure you got that on recording.
Yeah,
Tweety Bird, you're back at home. You can go and make sure you got that.
I'm sure Braylon Thomas has on a recording.
We'll get into that over the course of this game as well, as it is Braylon Thomas who will tee it up for the Scotties.
Yeah, I have to get back at him a little bit.
Connor Shire is one of the deep to return. It's going to go to the near side and go out of bounds, though, as Trayton Ross wisely lets it go out. So it'll be good starting position for the Shenango Wildcats. Let's take a look at the starting line. It's brought to you by Doran Concrete. For the Shenango offense, Sam Myers, 251 yards passing last week. He'll have freshman Dom Dando in the backfield along with Connor Shire with all the injuries. Trey Ross, Colton Fedrizzi, and Michael Kessler are the wide receivers. And across the offensive line, Blaze Dando, Gavin Reed, Levi Stuck, Ethan Iwanico, and Vincent Graziani.
Don't just let anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for a free estimate today.
We'll get the Union starting defense after this first down snap. Ball will be on the right hash, and it will be the freshman Dom Dando in the backfield to the right of Myers here on 1st and 10. Fedrizzi, a wide receiver. He's been a tight end. Moved to Lee as tonight's game goes along. He's in the he's a man of motion now, making a trip to the left. Myers going to take a look, dropping back, free rush on the near side, and it's going to be passed, and it almost intercepted in and out of the hands. 124 ripped it away from the other, and actually it was Mike Gunn having it ripped out by the offending player, Connor Shire. Otherwise, that might have been reservations for 6.
Yeah, Denon Bowen was right in the face, right off the bat, blitzing, and he was forced that bad throw.
Your Union Scotties defense mentioned Denon Bowen. He's joined at the linebacker core by Andrew Cartwright in the middle, Lucas Stanley, Johnny Million on the outside backers, Jamel Mitchell, Jordan Brown, Jordan Kelly on the D-line. You'll see Andrew Gettings, Mike Gunn, Grayson Blakely, Dane Jonke, and you'll also see Braylon Thomas out there at times in these 3 receiver sets as he is now. Handoff on 2nd down up the middle and no room whatsoever for Shire. Maybe lost a couple of yards even.
That's Bowen again, first man in.
Looked like that play was stopped.
Doran Concrete, with over 30 years of experience, Doran Concrete's a team of the contractors you want laying down the blocks for your home or office job.
3rd down, say a loss of 2 on the handoff for Connor Share.
So Bowen already with one forced play and a tackle there.
Press coverage on the near side. That's going to be a fun matchup all night. As Gunn was open, maybe slightly behind him, but one he definitely thinks he should have caught.
Yeah, and when it hits you right in between the hands, you would think you're going to be able to catch that ball, but unfortunately unable to hang on to it. I said he set a freshman record that Gunn was 6 interceptions, and guess what, lad? He didn't drop a pass last year, James, but guess what? That's his first drop now.
2nd down and 10. Sprint out to the left. Again, turning the hips, firing. This time, sure-handed catch made by Gunn. Makes a man miss. He's got the 1st down and close to the red zone. Knocked out of bounds by Michael Kessler at about the 22-yard line.
It's getting Gunn involved early. Thomas, always a very, very good running back when he gets outside that pocket.
And a little hurry up. I like this little tempo from the Scotties as well as they will mark it. Help me out, 22?
Yeah, looks like about it.
So that is a gain of 22 then on Gunn's first catch of the evening. Rolling out right, fired on the run, on the wheel route. Man, open, caught! Grayson Blakely, the fingertip catch for the touchdown. A pair of 22-yard passes. That one going for 6.
What a great route by Blakely. As you can see it from up here, James. You can see Blakely with that little fake and then just take off to go. And, boy, perfectly hit in stride for the touchdown.
Grayson,
great throw.
How about this? Grayson Blakely had 3 or 4 conversions last year. Not an official catch all year. Well, that's his 3rd touchdown catch of the season. And now he will be the holder, awaiting the extra point from Lucas Stanley. Dane Jonke is the long snapper. That is a 31-second drive, by the way. High snap. End over end kick is going to go inside the right upright and good. Union 7, Shenango nothing. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
And the Union Scotties
a 22-yard pass to Grayson Blakely from Braylon Thomas. 8th touchdown pass of the year for the senior quarterback. 4 plays, 54 yards.
And that's your Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary. Specials daily at the new cafe and bakery. Follow them on Facebook to see what's cooking today. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
So now if you're Shenango, it's about getting a quick response. Yeah, again, you're playing against one of the top teams in the district. You're playing against the defending WPIAL champions. You're playing without 6 of your own two-way starters tonight. That doesn't matter at this point. You got to come out with a vengeance, and here's a good way to start it with a head of steam out past the 40, close to the 45-yard line. On the return was Trey Ross before he was taken down by Thomas at the 44.
Yeah, not a good thing if you're Union with the kickers making the tackle with the short kick. Good job by Ross, who had a nice game last week. So see if Shenango can do something here. 3 and out for their first time out.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats at about the 44-yard line.
They'll mark it at the 44. While you have a moment, remind you about our podcast every week, delivered by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Give them a call for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems. We preview each and every week as they're going to go under center, handoff with a full house backfield. And that's Fedrizzi, I believe, getting the carry, but not a lot of room. As soon as I say that, he breaks through, and if not for Andrew Cartwright holding on for dear life, that may have been a long run coming up for Fedrizzi.
Yeah, that definitely was for Fedrizzi. He's listed at 6'3", 215, so he's got some bulk on him, and he showed it there.
Again, he's been a tight end for the last couple of years. They moved him to wide receiver because of the matchup problems he can create. You saw that last weekend personally, but he was listed on our starting lineup today as wideout / fullback, and you see right there, they're going to try to get the ball in his hands any way that they can. I like this little changeup. Going full house, 3 men in the backfield.
Yeah, by the way, Fedrizzi, the WPL champion in the javelin, so quite the athlete.
He's going to get the handoff up the middle again, lowers his shoulder. He's going to run into a blue wall after he crosses midfield, though. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go.
That was number 35, Colton Fedrizzi.
First man in there is Grayson Blakely in, amongst others. Yeah, I do like this changeup because you have to establish some type of run. And this is the way to keep the Union offense hopefully off the field, too.
Blakely in there.
3rd down and 2. Again, the full house backfield with Myers under center. 3rd man through will get the handoff this time, and he's going nowhere. Met on the outside.
Good hit on the play.
Oops, sorry, my fault.
It was probably number 16.
16,
Gettings,
okay,
yes.
my fault. That was Getting, my fault.
You can say there's no 1 on that
Yeah,
roster.
I looked at the roster. That looked like number 1, but
That looked like number 3.
see, looks like Shenango's going to go for it early here.
Hey, I don't blame him here. After that no gain from Connor Shire, they're going to go for it. 4th and 3, actually, on that loss of 1 from the last play. Myers going to go and check the sideline. They could also be going for the hard count because, again, Union jumped off sides 6 times last week, but they do snap it. Fedrizzi up the middle.
He got it.
Wow. Low man wins, but not when you're facing the big man. 6'3", 215 pounds. Gets the 4 yards he needs.
Yeah, he ran over Dane Jonke, just leveled him. Lower the shoulder. Jonke could not hold him. Big first down for Fedrizzi.
From the 45-yard line.
Moving the chains, an early Castle Asphalt conversion there for you, Limo.
Yeah, we mentioned Colton, the WPIAL champion in the javelin. His sister Emily has the 800-meter record. Also on that championship basketball team, it was Emily.
Yeah, she was one of the 1,000
yes.
kills and 1,000 points on that team. How's that for a nifty little record you're going to hold for a while? High snap as they go back to the shotgun here, and that just threw the whole timing off. A meeting in the backfield. Shire, again, losing yardage. Take your pick.
78 and 20. I look at my roster here.
Jordan Brown.
78 is Jordan Brown. Number 20 is not Caden Fisher. I promised I wouldn't call him Caden Fisher tonight. Lucas Stanley. I'll tell you what, he's grown a couple more inches. He looks to be about the same as what Caden Fisher was last year. And also, how about this, the number 2 quarterback on the team. So no confusion whatsoever. In the gun again is Myers on 2nd and 12. He's going to roll to his right, being chased from the backside by a couple of players, and this one's going to be intercepted by Grayson Blakely. He's going to back across midfield and gets the Maduro Bonner Law change in possession. A local firm with deep ties in the community. Visit Maduro Bonner Law and see how they can serve you.
Hey, let's credit to a freshman right now. Jordan Kelly in there with the great blitz of forced Myers out of the pocket and then makes the bad throw. So Union coming up with the turnover.
A big early turnover, 6:50 officially remaining here in the first quarter. So even though Shenango was able to get the first down and extend the drive momentarily, now it's back to the defensive end. In the gun is Braylon Thomas, gets the snap, looking down the field. He's going to chuck one down the near sideline. Open is Jonke, just a little bit too far over the top. I like that go. You get the turnover and you go for the Hail Mary. He had a step, but it was just a step too far in front.
Yeah, you see it all the time, but you can see the arm that Braylon Thomas has for sure. Remember, you're coming up at the halftimes, the LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company's not always on your side, but the law offices at Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George R. Visit them online at lgkg.com for free consultation.
Mozzarella cheese sticks.
We thank them. We also have a big announcement coming up at halftime about LGKG. We'll get that coming to you momentarily. Running out of room here is Thomas. Somehow breaks away from the first man through that was stuck. And now he's going to get away from another one as he was coming blitzing in from the safety position. Something out of nothing. That's going to get a 7-yard gain. Levi Stuck couldn't get him. And then Dom Dando came up and could not make a hit on him.
And then Robert McCurdy, after running about 60 yards, finally chased Thomas down, catches him just short of the first down.
It's Blaze Dando on that.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
Third down.
McCurdy did make a nice block, though, the other number 66 on that play.
Wrong roster. Do it once a game.
Third down. Lee was wrong again for the record. Little flip over the top, looking for Cartwright, makes the catch. Good job coming out of the backfield. He's got the first down. Hockey player lowers the shoulder and gets inside the red zone.
Yeah, beats Fedrizzi with a nice little move and it gains in there 5 yards or so. So Thomas, again, rolling out of the pocket and looking very comfortable there, James.
First down.
And they're inside the red zone. You can visit them on Wilmington Road.
Remember, Spirit Sale's a great way to make money for your organization. Another dump-off pass to Cartwright. Bobbled it, able to hang on for a short gain. Nice little outlet. Cartwright, more catches tonight than he's had all year.
Short pass complete.
I want to use these binoculars, but it's really tough looking into the sun right now. So
5 of 7 for 77 yards so far. How about this? All design pass plays for the Scotties, as we will have a Pontius Insurance timeout taken by Shenango.
Yeah, you have to.
Real quick, talk about that. They've run now 8 total plays, and they've all been designed pass plays. So with a scramble run on that last one for Thomas, but interesting, this Union team that has done so much work on the ground, they're throwing it in a hurry today.
Yeah, and they're all safe passes too, which I like. Get Thomas out of the pockets, getting that run pass option, and he's finding the open man. Other than the one pass that he tried to hit deep. But he's doing a very, very nice job of getting out of pocket, taking care of the ball, deciding, okay, am I going to run, am I going to pass, and finding some open men short, but they've been very, very effective.
This Pontius Insurance timeout. Thanks to our friends at Pontius Insurance. Give Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddings a call to get started on your auto, home, business, or life insurance. It's been a very creative play calling to start this game, too. Give a shout out to our friends at Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. From concept to creation, they combine extensive construction experience with creative designs to make your project a reality. 724-652-1372. Give them a call for more information. Thomas, keeper, design run this time, finds a hole, finds a seam, diving for the pylon. He's going to be just short of it, but it's going to be first and goal inside probably a 2-yard line.
Yeah, sort of like a Wildcat right there. Just take it and run left side and let him use his athleticism, get to the outside, and great run there by Thomas. First and goal.
Do mark it at the 2-yard line, it looks like. About the only place that has shadows right now.
Yeah.
Scoreboard says 3. We'll go with that.
Yeah, 2.5.
4 receivers to the left, the short side of the field.
Look for Thomas to run.
Yeah, a great hit. Low man wins that time. Fedrizzi's going to stop him for a short gain.
Yeah, Fedrizzi saw that little opening. Knew, probably figured that Thomas was going to be running on the ground. Keyed on him, got to him early. No gain.
Yeah, 4:35 remaining. Second down and goal. Now they have it marked at the 2. We'll give them a gain of 1 then officially. Even though now it says, the scoreboard says 4, but.
I'm looking at the stick. It looks like a 3. But
that's fair.
Thanks.
Cartwright to the right. Gunn in the slot. Rolling out to the right, though, is the quarterback, and he's going to find Blakely. What a start for Grayson Blakely. His second touchdown to go along with a pick on defense. This one from 2 yards out. Caps off a 7-play Union scoring drive.
Boy, Blakely running some great routes right now is Grayson Blakely. Thomas finding him, got that touchdown. Unfortunately, the light's flashing here at Union, but you can't see the full effect. Yeah. And now the best field goal kicker in Lawrence County. Lucas Stanley on for the extra point.
Hey, if they go in.
Who cares?
This one, though, does not, as it is partially blocked in the line.
Yep. I think that was Fedrizzi. Yep. Fedrizzi
he put his
doing everything.
Limon will take credit for that block, for that broadcaster jinx. But Grayson Blakely, a couple of scores. It's 13-0 Union at lcsportsnet.com.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet. GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
We're back here at Sox Russo Stadium. A little bit of a smoke coming from the fireworks outside on the field right now. Keep your eye on that. The sunshine and the haze. No haze on this passing game, though, for Union. A couple of scoring strikes, 13-0 early. They've only had 1 third down they've had to face in their opening 2 drives as well. End over end kick, this time going to the far side of the field. Takes a wicked hop. Good job to handle it, though, by Shire, and makes a man miss before getting out to the 31-yard line and running into a sea of blue.
Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary. Check out the cafe and bakery section. Place it to go order online at josephsnc.com.
So if you're Shenango right now, Lee, what is it that you're looking to try to do? You had 4 plays, the 3 yards in the cloud of dust, you got a first down, but then you tried switching it back up to the pass and had the interception from Myers. So what is it this time you do?
I still want to establish a run if I can. You get plenty of time, James. You want to keep this Union offense off the field if you can. They were fairly successful. I mean, decently successful on the run. So I want to see if Adrizi having that ball right now.
Play clock has begun. Shenango's still standing on the sideline, waiting to get the play in. And here's part of it, too. When you have 6 regular two-way starters who are out, how much about communication of knowing where to go, knowing how to get the play calls in and all that, that's going to be as much of an issue tonight as anything else. They do quickly get up in the full house backfield and give it to their big man. Fadrizi's going to fall forward for a gain of 2.
Yeah, Jonky in on the
that was number 35,
tackle.
Colton
Fadrizi, I do not believe, had any carries coming into this
No,
game. He did not.
After being met with the wall.
No, he's basically, hey, coach, use me wherever you need to try to get a victory.
Well, and that's what you want from your senior leaders, your senior captain, already being put into a different position as a wide receiver this year. But, hey, someone who you can trust to run the offense and put to a new position. He gets to carry again and fights forward, and with that big frame, drags a couple of Union tacklers out past the 35. That'll be another 3-yard gain.
Running hard for sure is Fadrizi.
Third down coming up. Third and called about 5 to go.
Yeah, give Coach Graham credit. I mean, he's trying anything he can right now.
It's like they even had an extra lineman in Bradley Braunbeck, who was in there as part of that full house set. So just trying to get any extra muscle they can on that offensive front. Third down, Kessler is the receiver to the right side of the field. Couple of receivers coming in motion, fake to him, handoff up the middle, and room for Shire, but not for long. That hole was closed up quickly by the Union secondary. Give some credit to Johnny Million, actually, or Jordan Kelly, making the tackle.
It looked like Andrew Cartwright in there also. So 4th down, they're going to have to send out the punting unit. Yeah, I mentioned Mike Gunn as he's going to go back earlier with those 6 different scores: a kick return, punt return, interception, a rushing touchdown, a reception touchdown. He also threw a TD last year.
He almost had a passing touchdown last week. Talk about that in a moment as he catches this punt at the 28-yard line. Has some room on the near sideline. Look out, burst of speed, and finally dragged down.
Good return on the
that was Myers who actually made the tackle on the near sideline. So great field position yet again for the Scotties. Yeah, last week Mike Gunn on a halfback pass threw a beautiful pass over the top. Credit to Cornell. They forced one of their 5 turnovers last week, stripping the receiver inside the 5-yard line as he was going into the end zone.
First and 10, Scotties.
So Union already converted 2 touchdowns, the Castle conversion. Going for a 3rd.
And again, a great field position starting in plus territory at the Shenango 46. Blakely the man in motion, and somebody else was also
a sideline warning again.
So somebody has bumped into that official twice now. So here can be your first penalty of the game.
Penalty.
Wow. So an interesting way to get a first down via a sideline warning penalty.
That official's not going for it. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a sideline warning penalty. Actual penalty. You usually see the warning and it takes care of it.
5-yard penalty, though?
Yeah, 5-yard.
Okay, I was thinking it was a 15-yard.
No, it's 5.
Forgive.
You're wrong once a month, so that's fine.
That's my one for the month.
Yep.
Again, going deep. Jonky one-on-one coverage. Tipped at the last second and incomplete. Trey Ross, credit to the sophomore, stayed with it the whole way and knocked it away.
Broken up by number 27.
Like you said, one-on-one coverage there. Union likes that matchup, but Ross said, bring it on, my friend. He was on him the first time. This time, another great play by Trey Ross, also part of that baseball team for the Shenango Wildcats.
Now working their way back to the huddle.
Nice throw, though, by Thomas.
Again, not afraid to put the ball in the air so far is the Scotties offense. Coach Nogue, Coach Needball out there saying, hey, let's test these defensive backs. Now Thomas looking to the sideline. Check with me as he's got 2 receivers each way. Blakely in the slot, now going to the right in motion, joining Gettings and Gunn, but it's going to be a run to the near side. Good combo block there on the edge. Jamel Mitchell and Andrew Cartwright giving some room. And this is going to be third down and close. No, they will have enough. They'll move the chain. Excuse me.
Yeah, give credit that left side of that offensive line. I mean, they're really doing a nice job pushing those defensive linemen back, allowing Thomas to get those yards.
6-yard gain. Yeah, Mitchell and McCurdy on that left-hand side, getting just enough room to move the chains.
Another Castle conversion.
Ball marked right at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Cartwright will be to the right of Thomas. Gettings and Jonke are the wide receivers. Gunn and Blakely in motion are the slot. Trips now right as Thomas looks to the near side. Pump now trying to direct traffic. Good job to reposition himself and making a toe-tapping catch on the near sideline is Jonke.
Yeah, Jonke was there for quite a while, and he wanted the ball a lot earlier. Thomas said, no, go further down. He's like, nope, I'm not. So he decided to throw the ball to him. Nice strike, get about 9 yards.
And actually pretty smart, too, because Thomas was trying to direct him to go downfield. He thought he had a chance to go deep. Jonke turned, saw that there wasn't anybody there, just kind of repositioned himself, find the soft spot in the zone and got the first, or not the first down, 9-yard pickup for his first catch.
Nice route by Jonke.
2nd and 1. Thomas alone in the backfield. That's Gunn, the motion man. Thomas looking that way. He's going to say, Gunn, go block. And gets out of bounds after moving the chains and moving it inside the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone in the Shenango Township. Voted best of the best in Lawrence County. Just fill out a form and the red zone does the rest with their spirit sales. Great way to make big money for your organization.
Yeah, thanks to the red zone for hopping aboard. And all our fine sponsors here in the Lawrence County Sports Network.
10-yard pickup for Thomas on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was telling our customers or people at the restaurant we were eating beforehand about the playoff. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. You have to watch the playoffs, to pay for the watch the playoffs, and they didn't realize that. We'll talk about that later on. Maybe during our halftime show.
5 seconds on the play clock as Gunn goes in motion. Makes the 4 receivers set. They'll throw it out to the flat. Good job to get a clear out block from Cartwright. Gunn in a race for the pylon. Can he stay in bounds?
Nope.
No. Out at the 1.
You said it perfectly there. Cartwright was the one that was able to free that up. And Gunn was able to read that block perfectly, went outside, almost getting into the end zone, but Union in great position here.
And with that pass behind the line of scrimmage, blocking downfield permissible.
Yep.
Now under center, and Thomas is going to try to sneak it in. Breaks off a couple tackles to get that 1 yard he needs. A hard-earned 1-yard touchdown run for Braylon Thomas.
Not one, didn't break one tackle, then break 2 tackles. We had to break a 3rd one to finally get into the end zone. The strength of Thomas right there. A 19-0 Union.
6-play, 46-yard drive capped off by that 1-yard QB sneak.
He's not doing bad for liking the Cleveland Browns.
Second scoring drive for the Scotties that took under a minute off the clock as well. Good snap, good hold. Better kick this time from Stanley, and it is good. 20-0, Union lead Shenango here at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
Remaining in the first quarter.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Give a shout out to Health and Motion Physical Therapy. We'll call Lucas Stanley our newbie of the game. A player who hasn't been out there playing football since middle school, but took after big brother Matt, came out for his senior year. Lucas says, hey, I can do that too. He's gotten some work at the quarterback position, a couple of touchdowns passing, and has been a big impact in the kicking game just with these extra points on the season.
Yeah, I like your pick there for the newbie player of the game right there. Lucas Stanley showing well. He's quite the basketball player. Looking forward to seeing him play basketball this year, but a lot of football left to be played. Look out.
A lot of blue shirts, but breaking through the first couple of hits on the return was Connor Shire.
Good job by Connor Shire. Looks like he was going to get annihilated down there, but good job avoiding that and turning into something positive.
That newbie of the game brought to you by Health and Motion, keeping you moving. The next generation of physical therapy is here. They're the only PT clinic in Lawrence County that uses newbie stimulator technology. Get better faster at Health and Motion. Reduce your time on the sideline by up to 70%. Visit Health in Motion in Newcastle on Facebook for more information. Throw to left-hand side, and Mitchell gets his arms up, and if he was quick at all, he would have made that catch.
I take it you probably have him in class.
He still owes me a race from last year.
So that's why. Okay.
Yeah, well, we joked all last year that he's not quick. He doesn't know what quick really is. Well, then we saw him playing at Acrisure Stadium, and even I had to admit he was darn quick in that game. How about the quick hands to get him up and swat that pass away?
We'll go with the quick hands there. But
that for sure. We'll talk about sound bites that are going to end up on the Twitterverse. Hold that thought for a moment. 3 receivers set. Myers looks over the middle, runs out of time, scrambling up the middle, but Cartwright, they're waiting for him. Can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Credit Cartwright with the sack.
Yeah, credit Denham Bowen in the backfield again to force Myers out of that pocket.
3rd down and long, 3rd and 11. Just under a minute to play here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, we had a nice conversation with Mr. Thomas, Braylon's father here before the game.
After Braylon had a fun Twitter conversation with you and your brother Jay.
Yeah.
2 receivers each way on 3rd down. Throwing over the middle. Man opens for Dreezy, but it's going to be deflected and knocked away. Is getting there just in the nick of time to break it up was Grayson Blakely.
Yeah, and Gunn almost came up with the tip just in and out of his hands as he was going to the ground. So good job. Perfect timing there for Blakely to hit for Dreezy.
There was some openings there in the middle.
Yeah, I want to thank Braylon Thomas for that give and go on Twitter. He actually recorded what I said and put it on Twitter.
He said that the one thing about him that we can be critical of, he's a Browns fan.
Yeah, so
and
that's the only thing.
End over end kick. Again, going to Gunn back at the 36-yard line. Runs right over a man. Makes another man miss before he's tripped up near midfield. We know he's got the shifty feet, but how about laying down the boom, the truck stick from Mike Gunn?
Good stuff.
Return on the play by number 24, Mike Gunn.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to have the last laugh this Monday night at about 11:30 or so when the game's done. The Steelers win by 20.
I have a feeling more Twitter posts will be coming.
We'll find out, but all in fun. Like I said, it's a great conversation. So,
and it is fun to be able to interact with the kids in that regard. We've had some fun conversations with some of the players. I remember accidentally mixing up Mike Graham and Mike Wells at one point on one of the Twitter posts. That was the last time I did that, I promise you that much. That great Newcastle tandem from a few years ago. Blakely will make it trips to the left for the Scotties. This will be the final play of the quarter. Thomas buying time. He's got plenty of it. Now directing traffic again. Scrambles, throws on the run. Blakely, it's going to be out of his reach and incomplete. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end. All Scotties so far leading Shenango 20-0. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs. Perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Did you know that 300,000 people in southwestern Pennsylvania are food insecure, including nearly 80,000 children? Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is here to meet this need. Through school breakfast and lunch, backpack, and summer food programs, the food bank's mission is to end hunger in our region. To learn more information, get help, or donate, call 412-460-FOOD or visit pittsburghfoodbank.org. Let's come together to make sure no child goes to bed hungry.
That food drive for the WPIAL actually is going through the end of the football playoff season, not just the regular season this year. Playoffs, we are far, far away from that, though. Week 3, Game 4, and Scotties in the Big Seven opener here on Thursday Night Football, a commanding lead in the opening quarter. 140 yards of offense to just 14 for Shenango. Thomas rolls out to his right, steps inside, now trying to buy time, and he's going nowhere as Myers, in a combination with Iwaniko, hits Thomas and hits him hard for a loss.
Yeah, I like the way Myers came up. Boy, he really lowered that shoulder and says, hey, I'm a quarterback, but I can also play defense and hit you. And very, very nice job there by Myers to hold him to a short game.
It was kind of interesting, too, in talking with both of Sam Myers and Sam Patton during our preseason. They both talked about, they love defense. Yeah, we want to throw the ball around. And Sam Patton, I remember specifically saying, we've done a lot of defense. I want to throw it around a lot, but, yeah, I like defense. That's fun to see. Cartwright to the left with 10 on the play clock to the left of Thomas with 2 receivers each way. 3rd and 12. Thomas rolls out to his left. Has a man open, caught at the 45-yard line and making a man miss. Gettings breaks a tackle and gets down to the 30-yard line. Was holding on to the ball a little loosely there, Lee, but got the sticks to move.
That's just a great throw there by Thomas, though, ruling out and finding his man, put enough on the ball to get the Gettings instead of making that tackle, missing the tackle there, and then Thomas right back up to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down Castle conversion to the right. Throw on the run. It's going to be caught by Cartwright out of the backfield. He's becoming a big weapon out of the backfield. Knocked down, by the freshman. That's Dando.
We don't need knocked out anymore, okay? So we got 80%, 90% of the field in shade, and we're the only ones looking into the sun right now.
Thomas pumps, sees an opening, tries to make a man miss, but good job to come up. How about the throw on the as he was getting dragged down? A dangerous throw from Thomas, but he actually ends up saving probably a few yards.
Shouldn't have thrown that ball, though.
Yeah.
I think Coach Need would probably say, what are you doing? Actually, he's probably saying that right now. But, I mean, that's athleticism, trying to make something out of nothing. And
he's done that a few times.
Fortunate, though, not to get picked off that time.
Now 3rd down and 5 here early in the second quarter. See if Union can again convert on 3rd down. They're going to go empty set with 4 receivers. It's Cartwright, Gunn, Blakely, and Gettings from inside out. That's where Thompson's going to look to run. Blockers in front, needs to get to the 20. He's got there.
Well, Blakely getting it done with the block right there. Is a really good block, holding his man to get Thomas outside, him and Gunn. A nice job there.
That conversion brought to you by Castle Asphalt. Castle Asphalt Construction know the importance of making a good first impression, and no matter how elegant your home or office may be, matching it with poor road surfaces can make your friends or potential clients regret making the trip. Visit castleasphalt.com for your free estimate.
And Union's back on Wilmington Road, back in the red zone.
6-yard gain marks it at the 19-yard line. Again, empty set for Thomas. Now he'll bring Cartwright in motion. Low snap, good job to handle it. He's going to look, fire to the back pylon. Jonke gets open and gets the touchdown. What a route. The post corner for the 19-yard score.
Yeah, he beat Mike DeSalvo, or Nico DeSalvo, to the corner of the pylon, but he said that was a great route by Jonke.
3rd touchdown pass of the night.
Yeah, Jonke, an all-conference defensive back, but getting it done on the offensive side also. Leading receiver in this team.
And now on to attempt the extra point
And I'm not saying a word.
Smart man.
Don't say that often.
Lucas Stanley out of the hold of Grayson Blakely. Kick is up, and it is just inside the left upright.
Needed 20, got 22.
10:08 remaining. It's 26-0 Union. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at medorebonnerlaw.com for more information.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Taking a look at some of the Scotty faithful still blinded by the lights right now here at Sox Russo Stadium, and right now they're seeing.
I want to sing a song.
Well, I was going to say they're seeing a lot of lights on the scoreboard too, but yeah, we can go old school. Question is, are you going to go with the
Bruce Springsteen version?
Yes, you better.
Yeah.
Big hit there on the return. Making the stick was Andrew Thompson, the junior.
The Shenango needs some type of push right now. Down 27-0. Need an established drive if they can. They're in danger of getting the mercy rule done in this first half, so they really need to establish something on this offensive drive round.
Real quick for Dane Jonke, that's 4 games with a touchdown reception to start his season. And now establish the run. Maybe an afterthought for Shenango as Myers drops back. Quick pass over the right, actually over the middle, and a beautiful threading the needle. That's the first completion of the game, and it goes to Michael Kessler.
See if they go hurry up or not. They went hurry up last week, but not yet this week.
And again, when you have so many new bodies, again, if you're just tuning in, 6 two-way starters for Shenango are out tonight.
Kessler, part of the track team at Shenango. Very successful track program.
Myers again looking to pass, pressured on the outside, able to drop it off into the flat, 1-yard pickup, and that's about it for Connor Shire out of the backfield.
But did he get the first down? No, they're going to say no, he did not. And Denham Bowen back in the face of Myers again.
Yeah, you've seen the senior linebacker. How about Denham Bowen, by the way? He's also the starting center. Didn't play last year. First time he hadn't played in a while. And look at what happens with the team. Guess what? He comes back. Not that Big Cousin is no longer the center. He has to go and take his position and do it better, by the way, if Mason's listening back up in Mercyhurst.
I'm sure he is.
Third down, handoff up the middle. Shire's got enough to move the chains. Needed 1, got 3, and a first down. And before I get messages coming from Mason, that was big brother Tyler who went to Mercyhurst. Mason, he's in the trades. He's working already and probably making more than you and I.
Combined?
Oh, yeah, probably. By the way, first third down conversion of the day for Shenango as well.
Thomas is going to come off, and no sense in having him on defense right now. Give him a break.
Seen a couple freshmen, Jordan Kelly and Johnny Million.
Good chance to get some varsity time right now.
And they've been starting most of the year, especially Kelly on the D-line. Million the last couple of games at linebacker.
Why not? Get him out there.
Man in motion. They're going to fake to him. Meyer looks to set up a screen. He's going to go to the far side and couldn't quite get it out to Fadrizi as he kind of got tangled up in the middle of that line.
The big senior Jordan Brown, 6'2", 245-pound lineman. Coming up at the half, we'll have our LGKG halftime show. Let the law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly and George, they've been keeping promises, James, for over 80 years.
Tell you what, they might be hitting 90 here pretty soon if they haven't already. I'll have to double check with our good friend Larry Kelly. We'll see him with the Shenango baseball team. I'm sure they're hot in the middle of their fall ball season right now, getting the work in. Checking the play. It's going to be a Wildcat for Fedrizzi. A new look for the Cats. The Wildcat is going to gain a couple of yards. And again, I kind of like the idea. Find a way to get the ball into your playmaker's hands.
Yeah, last week he was getting it done through the air, though, instead of trying to get him with that running back right now. But like to see some throws to him up top if they can. But this Union rush has been pretty devastating so far, though.
That was Fedrizzi, right?
I believe so. The sun got me on that one.
Well, check the archives as they're going to check to the sideline here on this 3rd down and 8. Myers gets hit as he throws, but finds Fedrizzi right at the sticks for the first down.
That's what I want to see right there. Good job by Myers hanging in. He knew he was going to get drilled by Cartwright. Hung in there as long as he could, made the perfect throw, first down.
Gain of 13 on that 3rd down. Fedrizzi's first catch after having 7 for 150 yards last week.
It seemed like he had about 20 last week.
This is the kind of drives that you wanted to see from Shenango.
Oh, he needed it.
Get these first downs, get the first down and 3rd down conversions especially.
And remember, you have a good field goal kicker, too. Any points is positive.
Myers drops back. Mitchell hit as he threw, and it's going to be behind the intended target and may have taken a deflection. Otherwise, Andrew Gettings had a chance to pick it off.
Yeah, Gunn almost got his hands on it, too. But the rush again for the Union Scotties. Oh, you're amazing.
It was Fedrizzi.
Second down for the Wildcats.
As we check out our instant replay, we're going to get that to you guys coming up soon enough. We got a couple tech gurus who are getting the instant replay system set up. We'll probably have that ready officially for playoff time.
Playoffs?
Myers drops back. He's hit by Thomas at the throw. That ball went backwards, so that's going to go as a backwards pass.
No, they're saying it's incomplete.
And I'm not sure how. Even if the arm's going forward, the ball went backwards. That should be a backwards pass, right?
I say it should have been a fumble for sure. But referee was right off the bat saying incomplete.
So the arm must have been going forward and the ball going forward. Apparently, Coach Schneebala not pleased with the reasoning for it. But
well, when you get a 27-0 lead, that you'll take it.
Yeah, you'll be okay with that.
Yeah, coaches are still like, wait a minute.
I mean, that would have been almost a 20-yard loss based on where the ball ended up out of bounds. Well, the blindside blitz from Thomas, and he's looking to come again. This time held off by the freshman momentarily, and it's going to be an interception. Lucas Stanley in there in the secondary making the pick.
Again, the rush caused them problems. Trying to force a throw in. Lucas Stanley right there. The newbie. Getting it done.
With the Medora Bonner Law change in possession. 7:06 remaining here in the first half. Lee, we got something new coming up this year on the Lawrence County SportsNet. With our Team of the Month award coming up.
Yeah, Team of the Month, the LCAP Team of the Month. So many great ways LCAP is improving the quality of life in Lawrence County. The Learning Tree Child Care Center, quality child care services available throughout the county for children between the ages of 6 weeks old and 5 years old. So thank you, LCAP, the Team of the Month. And that's going to be any team, James?
It can be any team, any sport. So we're going to actually have nominations opening up, I believe, end of next week for you to put a nomination in, and then we'll select our LCAP Team of the Month after this 1-yard pickup. And we got some nice little gifts potentially coming up as well.
And remember, we got cross-country going on right now.
Mm-hmm,
we got the volleyball.
And Mohawk cross-country team's looking pretty good, and the Shannon golf team, I believe, is still undefeated.
I was going to say golf is in there.
Speaking of golf.
Golf? We hope to have golf on the air on Monday.
Monday morning, that's the plan. Josh Toman's getting there at 7 a.m. to set up all the equipment. He's got a layout of Del Mar Golf Course for the WPIAL qualifiers. It's the Class 2A Section 5.
Section 5, yeah.
Yeah, individual boys sectionals coming up.
We got to do that last year. Should be a good time again.
Thomas heaves one down the middle of the field. Jonky behind the defense, and again, a great job to swat it away at the last second by Trey Ross.
Try me once, try me twice. How about a third time? Nope. Trey Ross. Looks like he got beat that time, too, doesn't it? he was a step behind, and somehow at the last second gets the big paw out to knock it down.
Well, if Coach Kelly is watching, he played some second base last year as a freshman, did Trey Ross. The way he's closing, I might throw him out in center field the way he's tracking down the ball.
Yeah, he's playing some good stuff right now.
3rd down and 9, and we're going to get our first Pontius Insurance timeout called by the Union Scotties with 6:50 remaining. It also gives us a chance, though, speaking of Coach Kelly, LGKG is also going to jump on board for a little event. We're going to have a male and female athlete of the month that is also going to be a part of.
Is that going to be a tough pick?
It is going to be a tough pick. And same thing, we'll have nominations opening up near the end of next week. You can throw in your nominations, and we will select one female and one male athlete. And again, that goes for all sports. So not only your footballs and basketballs and volleyballs, you're going to have your golf players, your cross-country runners, all sorts of potential for your male and female athlete of the month. And
so anybody can send you a nomination?
So we'll have the nomination form available on our website. And again, that will usually come up around the 20th of every month, so about 10 days remaining in each month for you to put in your nominations. Our crew will kind of talk together, the people who are going to all these games, and we'll come up with what our pick is for your player of the month, and also again for your LCAP team of the month.
Do your research for the volleyball and the non-popular. Well, I won't say non-popular, but
the non-big sports. Not the big three.
Yeah.
So especially those, that's where we want to see all your nominations coming in.
Please.
3rd down. Design run to the right for Thomas. Has some blockers in front. Can he get to the corner? He can. He's got the 1st down, and wisely gets out of bounds before taking a licking.
Again, James Cartwright, again, holding that block. I mean, he's doing it on the offensive side, catching the ball, but doing some great blocking for sure.
Here might be your stat of the night. 3rd down Castle Asphalt conversions, 4 for 4. Are the Scotties.
6:42 remaining in the half.
That one converting on a 3rd and 9, keeping it in the hands of Thomas. 152 yards passing, 56 yards on the ground for the senior quarterback, who will not be at quarterback. He'll be at wide receiver. This is Mike Gunn in the Wildcat.
Yeah, we haven't seen Lucas Stanley out there yet tonight, so let's throw a Gunn in there.
Gunn right in the middle. Huge hole. Inside the 30, down close to the 20-yard line. Quick speed right up the gut. Down to the 22. 18 yards out of the Wildcat for Gunn.
Put down by number 27. That's Trayton Ross.
Trey Ross, the first man to hit him, and that was 15 yards down the field.
From about the 23-yard line.
Sun finally making its way down. Blakely in the slot to the left. That's Gunn in motion. Thomas looking out to the left, and he's got a convoy of blockers in front of him, but breaking through and making the initial hit on that far sideline. I believe that again was the freshman Dando making the first hit, and then Fedrizzi cleaned him up. Fedrizzi cleaned him up, and in a big way, though, Lee.
Again, Thomas is just love watching him play.
And how crazy is it, too, to think last year was his first year as a true quarterback. Ends up becoming the first ever 1,000-yard passer and 1,000-yard rusher in the same season in Union Scotties history. And the numbers that he's putting up so far, he has a chance to break the all-time record in terms of passing yards in a single season in Union Scotties history.
And another Pontius Insurance timeout taken by Union with 5:11 to go here first half.
Tell you what, why don't we step aside for a moment as well here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
It'll be second down and 2 coming up at about the 14-yard line. Scotties already with a 27-0 advantage here in this one. Coming up after the game, we're going to have a tough time coming up with our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. A couple great nominees already here in this one. Get in the game at MVP Insurance with home, auto, term life, or liability insurance and more. Visit MVPINS.com for more information and to receive a free quote.
I think the MVP might be those radio-friendly numbers for Union Scotties.
Shenangos aren't too bad either. You mentioned Lucas Stanley. He's now as a lead blocker to the right of Thomas. Throw to the near sideline, caught just shy of the goal line, and Ross keeps him out of the end zone. No Junkie makes another catch and moves the chains. Hold the phone. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage and another flag in the middle of the field. We've had
very few flags.
We've had a sideline warning and a kickoff out of bounds. That's all we've had all game, and now we got 2 on the same play.
Ineligible man downfield.
We have a developing situation. There's a flag on the field.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. A developing situation it is for an illegal man downfield.
Looks like that's going to go against Union.
Oh, that's a great. Who's our PA announcer?
Oh, I'm blanking on his first name. It's Mr. Townsend is all I've ever known him as.
Oh, that is great. A developing situation.
And these are the things we don't hear when we're in the booth. We're out in front of the booth here tonight on a gorgeous night in Union Township, Lee. And
oh, that is funny.
We get stuff like that. I'll tell you what, we might have to start doing that more often.
I like. We need to keep that one in mind.
Mm-hmm.
He does a fine job, though.
2nd and 7, ball at the 19-yard line. They're handed off to Stanley, and he's going to throw from it. Finds a man open near the sticks, makes a catch, does Gettings just shy of the yard to gain. So there's a new wrinkle in there. Put both quarterbacks in there.
Yeah, let's put that on film for the next game there. Throw that in there.
From the 19 down to about the 12-yard line. So give a gain of 7? That's not right.
No.
No, that's from the 19 down to the 16-yard line. So a 3-yard pickup.
Get that
Stanley.
abacus out.
Don Rebel, I'm sure, is tuning in. Again, Stanley to the right of Thomas on 3rd and short. Call it 3rd and 3. Braylon pumps again. Now fires towards the pylon. Caught. Dane Jonke's second touchdown reception of the game.
And now you can see the effects of the lights going on and off here at Union. But again, Thomas getting outside. And I expect him to go for 2 right now to try to get this mercy roll into effect before you walk into halftime. So Lucas Stanley will not come out for this extra point.
But he might be out there for the potential conversion.
Yes, he is. He just came on with the play. So you might be seeing him running the 2-point conversion.
He already has a conversion throwing and rushing on the season.
Yeah, let's see.
He does stand to the right of Thomas. Ball is on the right hash. Blitz coming off of the edge. Picked up by Stanley. Running for the pylon. And did Thomas get the ball in there? Yes, he did not. Excuse me.
Nope. Referee says he did not get him in.
I guess the foot went out before the ball went inside the pylon. So it remains 33-0. We'll step aside. Be back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Here comes the kick from Thomas. Union leading 33-0. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns for the Scotties here on the evening. As looks like Andrew Thompson again in on the tackle. But again, decent starting field position for the Wildcats, who had a pretty good possession last time, Lee, before the interception in Scotties' territory. Things, again, they can keep on building as they try to figure out whatever they can. And when you've got half of your starting lineup from the beginning of the year out tonight on both sides of the football, it's going to be tough sledding. You knew it was going to be tonight for sure, and Coach Graham was not afraid to say that very same thing.
Good, yeah, still good effort, though.
They start here in pretty good field position at the 43-yard line. And then as soon as you say that, Jamel Mitchell does what he's done in every game. Gets a sack.
Showed the quickness into the backfield.
Nah. Jamel Mitchell with that sack for a loss of 6 on the play. Second down and long, 3:45 remaining. And during the half, our LGKG halftime show, we'll have performances for both the Scotty Marching Band under the direction of Devin Householder. Let's give a shout out to their drum majors while I have a moment, Elliot Laskuka and Charlotte Duralu. And you'll also have Doug Butchie's. You'll see those shows in their entirety. Quick throw out to Shire in the flat, cuts inside. Blakely able to hold on to him. Actually, check that. That's not 25. That's 55. Denon Bowen making the stop.
Here tonight,
yeah, we have.
This rush has been just non-stop here. Shenango having to just try a quick hitter there.
That'll bring up 3rd and long.
We must have some Denon Bowen fans, family sitting right in front of us.
Now, mentioned Cousin Mason. I actually think he's working the sticks on the far sideline. Third down and long. Call it 3rd and 13.
Look out.
Stanley coming off the edge. Throw over the middle, and that's just going to be thrown away basically over the top. As again, Myers felt the pressure coming.
Oh, you have to get rid of it when you're pressured like that. He want to hold on to it for at least 2 more seconds, but if you do that, you're going to get a sack. So you had to unleash.
The back alley brawl. If you haven't seen, check out our Twitter page. The shirts that are being created here at Union by the Union Tech team.
I got one.
Are pretty cool. Again, the 89th meeting between the Wildcats and the Scotties all time, dating back to 1929. Pretty incredible. As this one's booted away. Best punt of the night from Johnston, and a fair catch signaled for by Gunn at the 25-yard line.
It's a 36-yard kick, no return.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by the Union Volunteer Fire Department. They wanted to give a shout-out for their pasta dinner coming up. The Calves and Ravs pasta dinner at the Fire Hall on Sunday, October 1st from noon to 4 p.m. And, yes, takeouts are available. For tickets, anybody in the school? Ask Chad. You know who Chad is. Or you can stop by the Fire Hall and get anything that you need.
And when is that again?
That is on Sunday, October the 1st.
Okay, well, just this Sunday.
What does Calves and Ravs stand for, though?
I have no. I'm assuming raviolis and cavatini.
Cavatelli, yes.
Cavatelli.
You got it.
Okay. Remember, after this play, I'll mention something here real quick.
Worst field position to start a drive for the Scotties. Throw over the middle, a little behind Blakely, but good adjustment to make the catch in traffic, too.
And they're going to go hurry up offense. You remember this Sunday, the benefit dinner for Mason Martin, the injured Karn City player. Expect a long delay because they're expecting over 1,000 people.
Oh, my goodness.
They have over 200 food baskets or gift baskets already. So go hungry and get ready to donate for a great cause.
Thomas now directing traffic, and he's just going to slide down after a short gain. Does get out of bounds to stop the clock after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, everything is donated already. All the chicken, all the food, all the water, sodas, you name it. Police are donating all their time for all the traffic, and so it's going to be for a great cause. And he's making a little bit of progress. So just keep prayers going for Mason Martin.
And, yeah, it was just insane when you had, 4 or 5 across the state within a 1-week period of all that. I think part of it ends up being down the road a little extra precautionary.
Yeah.
But I'd rather err on the side of caution with any of those, as Thomas, getting chased from behind, somehow makes something out of nothing yet again. Looked like he had a chance for a moment at Jonky, but that was closed off that avenue pretty quickly. He will get a 6-yard gain and get out of bounds again.
And get the first down, another Castle conversion. Yeah, Mark Angle. Is it Mark Angle? I believe it is. Max Angle, yeah. So, unfortunately, Jersey Shore canceling their football game this week just because he's Max Angle not doing the best right now. So the football team deciding to take a week off, which you can perfectly understand.
Yeah.
So prayers for him, too. Yeah, the number 4 out there. at Jersey Shore. I always thought that was never heard of Jersey Shore until a couple years ago.
I'll tell you what, I saw a lot of orange shirts being worn on a blue and white day at Union today.
It's good to see.
There was nothing officially announced or anything, but to see that kind of support is impressive. How about this? No support needed. An avenue. You can drive a Mack truck through it, and that's more than enough room for a 48-yard touchdown. Lights out goes Braylon Thomas.
Yeah, somebody, Colton Fedrizzi was going after him, but I did not see who got the block of Fedrizzi, and that allowed Thomas to get to the outside. And great touchdown run there by Thomas. And the mercy rule will go into effect if this score holds up, and Lucas Stanley will come in for the extra point.
There's another 100-yard passing, 100-yard rushing performance. Blakely will hold. Stanley's kick is up, and it is good. Makes it 40-0. Union leading over Shenango. Back in a moment. The Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Lucas Stanley, after booting his third extra point, he's 3 for 4. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
No, he's 4 for 5.
5.
4 for 5. That sounds better. Now he will do the kickoff duties. End over end kick will be taken at the 22-yard line by Shenango. Makes one man miss and then ushered out of bounds by Gettings at the 35-yard line is Trey Ross.
Yeah, nice conversation with Coach Mark Stanley earlier before this game. His dad, Mark, said, Coach Stanley, Coach Union, that only their state title back in 2003.
Made it to the state finals, yeah.
Yeah, and then Matt, the all-time leader here at Union in basketball. What a career he had, huh?
Yeah, he did. All-time scorer.
Lucas has a chance. I mean,
he didn't play enough as a freshman, didn't score enough as a freshman.
The way he can stroke it, though.
He'll set some other shooting records in his next 2 years. Would not surprise me. Handoff up the middle, the first carry for the freshman Dom Dando, and that's not going to get very much as Johnny Million was able to hit him immediately for no gain.
Yeah, Lucas Stanley's got a chance to be really special at Union.
Yeah, he was actually the leading scorer for the Scotties throughout the whole postseason. How about that?
Yeah.
Coming off the bench. Kind of a...
He's got one of the sweetest strokes you'll see. Reminds me a lot of Sean Bellis from way back in the mid-'90s.
That's a throwback for you youngsters.
Yeah, which they don't that was one of Butler's all-time leading scorers, but he was a lefty also. Went to Clarion for a year.
Handoff on the jet sweep, trying to get to the outside, but it's going to be held up, and then Jamel Mitchell lays the boom, but they're actually going to throw a flag. I guess they're going to get him with helmet to helmet.
Yeah. Understand, but I like old-time football, my friend.
I mean, so he's not a defenseless player because he is the running back at that point, but if they said that he led with the crown of the helmet.
Oh, my brother's running camera right now. It's like, no way, no way.
And that's what they're saying. And watching the replay, I see it. He lowers the head and uses the crown of the helmet. I understand that flag.
Yeah, we understand it.
Completely.
Like I said, we're just.
That'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the
and with all the injuries going around, you can understand the call.
So a 2-yard loss and then the 15-yard penalty for the first down.
And more importantly, the clock stopped for a second now. Then the clock will keep going.
I believe Shenango should have had the option to keep it stopped.
That's what I thought.
Myers sidesteps a man in the backfield, throw down the field into triple coverage, though, and Grayson Blakely says, I'll take another one. 2 touchdowns, now 2 picks.
And should be a late flag out of play, yep.
There was a flag down the field further, none right at the hit.
Well, yeah, the flag at the 40s for the late hit
was
out
it
of
for
town.
the late hit? Okay.
Yeah. Definitely late hit out of bounds, and that's where it came.
So 25 seconds remaining. Second pick of the day for Blakely. Third overall thrown by Sam Myers.
Yeah, probably look for Union just to let's run out the clock right now. You have a 40-0 lead. Let's just whoa.
Told you. Told you it had nothing to do with the hit.
So it's going to be after the interception, though?
Yes, on the return, illegal block in the back.
On the interception return
wow.
team.
Yeah, coaching staff can't believe it.
That'll bring up first
Like, where's the late hit?
The
Coach Nee's asking for it, too.
And he's going to call a timeout just so he can ask.
Just so he's going to yell at the officials.
He's gonna find his spot on the numbers. the good old Stacy cam. Josh Toman's all over this.
Oh, this is great.
He's got the Coach Nee cam right now. This is must-see TV on a Thursday night. And again, we're glad to have this Thursday night football here in Lawrence County, and the first Thursday night game that we've known of in the WPIAL since the Root Sport days. So you're talking about easily 7 or 8 years ago, and you've got a nice crowd on hand of players players and fans all around the county who are here to enjoy this contest.
And Coach Nee is probably not going to like the explanation.
I think he's also getting the explanation on the targeting, and he's nodding in agreement. He said, "Okay, that's what you saw. I'm down with that." But I think he's saying the same thing right there. Where's the late hit for my guy on the sideline?
You owe me one.
Coach Nee so hospitable to us, though. Anything that we ask for, he's the first to get there. Also, the athletic director here at Union in his second year. The Coach Palco tutelage, though, he brought the defensive gem for the Scotties.
Coach Nogue getting his few 2 cents in there too.
Hey, he's getting practice for hoop
basketball,
season.
yeah. And they kneel down by Thomas. And that's going to do it for the first half. What a first half of the Scotties.
A great first half as the Scotties lead 40-0. We'll step aside. Coming up next is your LGKG halftime show on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
BMF Tax and Financial provides businesses and individual tax prep, advising, and consulting. With over 10 years of experience, BMF Tax provides you with big firm expertise with small firm service.
I'm Brandon Fisher, owner of BMF Tax and Financial. Together, we will help you get a better understanding of your taxes and build a relationship along the way. At BMF Tax, I want to take the stress away from taxes and allow you to focus on what you do best.
Call or visit bmftax.com to set up a free consultation. BMF Tax and Financial. Taxes made simple, life made easy. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
You are now tuned into the Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George halftime show on the Lawrence County SportsNet, featuring performances by your marching bands and recapping the action from the first half of the game.
Are you need it for sound?
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Senior Drum Major Brian Van Emmen, please welcome to the field the Shenango Wildcat Marching Band.
I said Union by 14. Yeah, really. This is a bit more than I expected.
We open our performance tonight with a medley of songs popular in the early 2000s that originated in Poway, California. Featuring the songs All the Small Things and The Rock Show, we hope you enjoy this Blink-182 mashup. Most popular due to its simplicity and catchiness, this signature stadium song is played religiously by bands across the nation. It charted in many countries due to the garage rock movement of the 2000s. We feature our auxiliary to this tune performed by the White Stripes in 2003. We hope you enjoy the Emmy Award-winning song, Seven Nation Army. We now close our show with one of the first songs by The Killers after they formed in 2001. It peaked at number 10 in both the U.S. and the United Kingdom, and it's their most well-known song. Here is Mr. Brightside.
Bad horn.
The Shenango Wildcat Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Doug Woodley. Assistant directors are Mr. Bill Yours and Mr. Ken Stewart. Your advisors are Mrs. Selena Venus and Ms. Olivia Hope. Guest advisor is Mrs. Kelly Project, assisted by Mrs. Melanie Ross and Mrs. Spencer. Thank you, and go Wildcats.
That was the Shenango Wildcat Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Doug Butchie. Again, shout out to their drum major, Brian Van Emmen. Gave me a little Blink 182 medley to go along with Mr. Brightside and my own worst enemy. Turnovers, a little bit of the own worst enemy of Shenango in that first half. 3 turnovers from the interception. Union with 6 touchdowns in the first half for the Scotties. 4 in the air, 2 on the ground for Braylon Thomas. Now coming up will be the Union Scotties Marching Band under the direction of Devin Householder. Scotty Girl captains are Caitlin Schuler and Alexis Kosciuszko. Elizabeth Gidden is the majorette captain. For drum majors, Elliot Lasuka and Charlotte Duralu. They're going to give you some colors, and we're going to turn it over to the PA announcer, which is distinguished young woman of the state of Pennsylvania, Allie Ross.
Blue suede shoes. No, it's me. It's just guitar.
Show, presented by the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly & George, serving the Newcastle area for 90 years. Be sure to stay tuned to the Lawrence County SportsNet for third quarter action coming up after this message from our sponsors.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Of about $310.
Back here at Sox Russo Stadium, it's time for our favorite time of the evening. It's the 50-50 toss.
All right. We have our tickets out. Here we go.
Limon, do we have the winning ticket?
The winning ticket of tonight's raffle is 885 458.
Chauncey toss.
Again.
Chauncey toss, ladies and gentlemen, through the window. Another Chauncey donation.
The tradition, Limon, continues. As always, 40-0 our halftime score, and probably about, what, 85-0 in terms of your 50-50 donations?
We have never won.
You have never won.
We have never won. Remember, the PA announcer used to be here for 50 years, James, here at Union High School. Never hit a 50-50 in his 50 years. So I still got a long way to go for that. But nonetheless, though, it's good. But we did hit as a fan, though, a couple years ago at Butler.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
yeah.
so we have for a couple hundred there. But anyways, in honor of Chauncey, we do our Chauncey toss because Shossie and I would every week we alternate giving our $5 donation to the school district, and then we just toss it over the shoulder, and that's what we do. So
it is a nice little tradition that we have done our best to keep
yes.
here in the Lawrence County SportsNet history.
So if anybody wants to sponsor the Shossie Toss, feel free.
Yeah, your Shossie Toss tonight is going to be brought to you.
Okay.
We're going to make tonight's Shossie Toss brought to you by GEM Master Builders and Craftsmen. They're family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allows them to help any project and meet any challenge. GEM Master Builders and Craftsmen, building our community for 70 years.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Greatly appreciate that.
They are your honorary Shossie Toss sponsor here this
How about
evening.
The sunset?
Gorgeous.
This is sunset.
Let's see if we can get Josh Toman a little zoom in on that sunset you can see there in the distance behind the Shenango bench. Let's get that sunset.
We're trying to get the sunset, you know. So he's too busy talking to some company over there to his left, you know. So
how dare he, you know?
I know.
Big thanks to him and the entire.
Not like he's supposed to be running a camera or something.
Let's get some first half stat recaps here, Lee, because the numbers, they're pretty on one side and
they're ugly.
Not so pretty on the other. Union 184 yards passing and 139 yards on the ground.
Yeah, they leaned a lot to the left because that's the way the field tilted in the first half.
So that's a total of 323 total yards of offense. I can do math. I promise. Dr. Ross is right behind me still, right? Yeah. I can do math. I promise. On the other side for Wilmington, they finished the first half with 24 yards in the air.
Wow.
And they finish with 11 yards on the ground, so 35 yards of offense. So 323 to 35, your unofficial first half yardage.
So Robin Nogay on the near side and Anthony Roper on the far side as your deep receivers here today. We're going to get our first look at one of the better kickers in Lawrence County, and Andrew Johnson.
We'll see if those two even have a chance. They're both standing at their own 5-yard line. We won't get our door and concrete starting lineups here for the second half. We'll do our.
All right, here we go, ladies.
We'll call it our. Oh, they're actually only putting 10 minutes on the clock too. Keep an eye on that. Only 10 minutes on the clock
with a running clock. So Shenango with the short. Yeah. So that's just
only 20 people. This is smart. This is very, very smart to have this agreement. We'll try to get as many players as we can listed out here as Johnston will run, and he's actually going to kick a little pooch, kind of an onside, but it's actually going to go out of bounds. So,
hey, why not try it?
Hey, give a chance. The only kick you might have coming up here on the evening. So Braylon Thomas, we've seen the last of him. 184 passing, 121 yards rushing, 6 total touchdowns on the evening. And believe it or not, he is not the shoo-in for your Player of the Game award tonight. As you have Grayson Blakely, who had 2 touchdowns receiving and 2 interceptions on defense. We're going to have a hard time coming up with our MVP of the game and our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game award. So they could have taken, I think, at the place where the ball went out of bounds, but Union will elect to take it back at the 35.
Let's see, I'm assuming Jonky will probably be your quarterback, but
Stanley.
Lucas Stanley, I thought maybe Jonky might get in there too, because he can do a little bit of that also.
And we're going to have a hard count and a jump by one of the down linemen. It was Bradley Braunbeck, a sophomore, who jumped a little bit early. A couple other names you see in there. I see sophomore Nick Cook at the tight end position for the Scotties. Robin Nogay wearing number 10, the wide receiver on the near side. In the backfield is Chad Seidel, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, expect him to get a lot of work.
He's going to get his first carry of the year on first down. Cuts near side. Shifty move from the little guy out past the 40, out to the 43-yard line for a pickup of 3.
That was number 33.
Yeah, brought you down by the other freshman and Dominic Dando.
Damaris Austin there on the offensive line. I see Isaac Cassiato, believe, actually out there as well.
You're going to have our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game also. That's going to be a tough one to pick also. Quite a few candidates here tonight, James.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time figuring these ones out.
Yeah, visit Doctors Melee Argero and Kelsey Bowser voted best of the best in Lawrence County.
Pitch near side for Seidel. Has some room up the middle before he's dragged down by a combination tackle of Iwaniko and Connor Click, excuse me. Carter Lansbury checking in for the Scotties as Union does move the chains after that pickup of 4.
Yeah, get everybody in tonight here on this Union roster. Shenango, no problems getting everybody in.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, credit to this Wildcat team. They came out, they fought hard. Just, they're playing the numbers game. You got so many guys in new positions. I mean, they had their tight end turned wide receiver turned running back tonight.
And our play clock is off on the one side. They took it down, and it's not even
zeros
running.
on the other one. So it looks like it's going to be held on the field for the rest of the game. And you know who's keeping that play clock? We have motion as the receiver on that far side. Lansbury started moving
I do
early.
not know who's keeping the play clock.
Well, you talked to him before the game.
Okay,
Mr. Mark Stanley.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I talked to Mr. Agato, but I know it's not him.
That's true, too.
Mark Stanley's on the play clock. Okay.
He is on the play clock.
Well, he must have went home early.
Scratch off lottery tickets. And here's the winning ticket number.
Well, we'll ask him. He's still back here. They said no play clock. Hey, they said his job's easy tonight. He can relax and enjoy watching his son at quarterback the rest of the game.
His job is done.
They only put 10 minutes on the clock here for this second half running clock. Pitch to Seidel and able to fall back forward, get to the line of scrimmage. Maybe even a gain of 1 on first down. Second down and 14 coming, 5:50 remaining here in this game. Give another shout out to our friends at Doran Concrete. Make sure you visit them online, doranconcrete.com. With over 30 years of experience, they're the team of contractors you want laying down the concrete. Don't let anyone lay the foundation for your home or business. Let Doran Concrete get the job done. Stanley will go under center. Second, side out got hammered. I thought that should be second down and 14. But I guess that was third down and 14. I missed one in there.
Yeah, when Nico with the doing the hammering.
Yeah. Loss of a couple.
That was number 55 on the stick.
They have it as fourth down. I think it should only be third down here, Lee, but
they got fourth down everywhere.
Should be third down, but they're saying it's fourth.
The scoreboard has fourth?
Yeah, that's what the sticks have.
The sticks have fourth?
The false start on first down, they counted that down is what they ended up doing. So Stanley looks, so it looks like Stanley's going to go back to punt on this, what is officially a fourth down.
Which they're not going to care right now with the trying to get everybody home safe right now.
This will be the first possession that, well, other than the ending the half, first time that Union has not put 6 points on the board during a possession. Back deep to receive was Michael Kessler, and it's going to be a downed punt at the 30-yard line. So with 4:07 remaining, I'll give another shout-out for our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. A great play usually involves great teamwork, and you mentioned Dr. Maley, Dr. Roger, and Dr. Bowser. How about this? They did a broadcast with us last year, Lee.
That's right, they did.
They're interested in doing one again. We're going to have to see
if
we
actually
can
enjoyed
make
it.
They loved it. I told them, you won't believe how much you enjoy it, and they agree completely. So
good.
We're going to have to go and do that one yet again for sure. We'll see who we have in there for the Wildcat offense. Their first possession of the second half. Zone read, and a keeper by the quarterback. Big hole on the far side and getting knocked out of bounds near midfield. I believe that was Nico DeSalvo, the freshman.
Yeah, very much that was. So DeSalvo getting some positive yardage. Yeah, they're just going to keep the clock running at all times here. So no stoppage to the clock at all, so we'll get an early night, unfortunately, but see if Shenango can get some points on the board here. Get Nico. Nico's got good size.
And a pretty quick speed on that play as well.
5'11", 175-pound freshman.
23-yard pickup for that first down for DeSalvo. Zone read again, this time handed off and meeting in the backfield. Getting in there was Nick Cook to hit him immediately.
Number 23, Nick Cook.
Yeah, the sophomore.
In on the tackle.
Coming through quickly.
There was a loss on that play. That'll bring up second down for the Wildcats at the 50-yard line.
The salvo will get the play called in here. Boy, we go from sweating in the game early to getting very cold right now.
That sounds about right. They're going to move the running back, Dom Dano, to the other side after that loss of 4. Second down, Dano again up the middle. Bigger hole this time, but it's eaten up pretty quickly, and a heavy hit slammed him down to the turf as Demarius Austin.
That was number 54,
the sophomore.
Demarius Austin on the tackle.
Hey, you can see, I love seeing the first team offense, the first teamers here for Union on the sideline. You notice that too, James?
Yeah, absolutely. On just the fans in general. And here's the thing too: it's 1A football. How many of these do you even get a JV game to be played when you have 1A football?
Yeah, sometimes you don't.
Even if you do have them scheduled, like for example, if you're in Shenango's basket, you're not scheduling any JV games right now because you can't afford to. Throw over the middle, nice catch and made right at the sticks. Good pass and catch as Rocco Rossi will get that first down completion.
Yeah, nice route there by Rossi, the freshman, getting some varsity time. Makes the nice catch with a minute to go here, third quarter.
It's an 18-yard pickup.
Yeah, Rossi not a big ball player. Only listed at 115 pounds.
Likely the last play of this quick-moving third quarter. Again, only a 10-minute put on the clock and a running clock, as it's going to be a little pitch forward, and this time Kessler not going to go anywhere as he's hit in the backfield by Colton Cox.
That was number 57, Colton Cox, on the tackle.
I love our PA announcer here. Getting into it.
He does get into it, and that is going to be, it looks like, the last play of the third quarter. Lee, we're going to keep it right here for a little special presentation during the intermission. 40-0, Union in control. It's opening night, Thursday night football. It's been lights out for the Scotties. With that, let the light show begin.
That's the end of the quarter. Your Union Scotties are in the lead over the visiting Wildcats. 1 to go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 to go. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pull out your cell phones if you got them. Let's light this stadium up wherever you are. Pull out your cell phones and light the stadium up. Come on. Let me see you light them up.
Yeah, bring it up. Yeah, a little fun presentation there for the third quarter intermission. The new toy.
And they're using it well, aren't they?
Oh, we're having a lot of fun.
One of the few, you don't see that anywhere else, do you? Usually when you turn the lights off, you have to wait 5 minutes or 10.
Handoff up the middle and not a lot of room, and action down behind the play between a couple of players.
Some WWE going on in the behind.
In the process, a carry up the middle for Dando out inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
I believe that was Isaac Casiato. Or no, that was Brombeck, I think, was one of them for Shenango. But anyways.
Third down and about 7 to go.
That was Nico DeSalvo on the carry.
DeSalvo had that carry, it looks like. DeSalvo in the gun with trips to the left. Freshman looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, bounces off of Seidel, fights forward, still getting going. Thompson will take him down just shy of the yard to gain. It's going to be 4th down and about 3 to go.
I think the flags are being held, too. A couple holding calls that are not getting called right now.
And this is a makeshift JV game in a sense, which is also kind of nice. Again, I'm doubting either of these teams have a JV game on their schedule in Class 1A football. You got 20 to 30 kids on the roster. You can't afford to do so. This is a good opportunity to basically turn it into one. Vincent Houck, the receiver in the slot to the left, 2 receivers each way on 4th down, and 4th down just became a 1st down because Damaris Austin bit on the hard count.
Yeah, you have to call that.
Encroachment on the defense.
So 1st down, the clock continues to run.
And they get into the red zone on Wilmington Road.
Yeah, big shout out to them. Coming up after the game in our Tri-County Principals post-game show, we'll take a look at some final numbers, get you our Maley Chiropractic play of the game, and our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Handoff, trying to bounce it to the outside, but getting ripped down. Colton Cox makes the tackle on Dando's run. Gain of 2 on the play. Lee, we got to talk a little bit about, we alluded to it earlier, playoffs are a little bit different this year. It's no longer on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. It is 100% exclusive rights on NFHS Network, and that is basically a pay-per-view style. You have to pay to be able to watch. You can get subscriptions for the entire month and watch for the entire month at that point, but you will no longer be able to watch games in the playoffs for free in the WPIAL this year. So just keep that in mind as you're looking for games. As another handoff to Dando right side for a gain of 1. 3rd down coming up. But so when you're looking for it, the only way you can watch live is on NFHSnetwork.com. However, we're hoping with the help with some sponsors in the area, some boosters organizations maybe, anything that you can do to help, we're hoping we can still get a free audio-only version to you out there for any playoff games that are involving our teams.
Yeah, because we'll still be able to do the camera, but unfortunately it takes money to do everything else. So without those broadcast rights,
yeah,
it makes life tough.
So we will do what we can. Again, we're hoping to get some audio versions. Zone read and the keeper last second pulling it out as the quarterback, and it's going to work out to his advantage for an 18-yard touchdown run for Nico DeSalvo.
That ball was firmly in the gut of Albertini and pulled it out as Albertini was about 2 yards in front of him, it looked like, and then was able to go down that left side untouched.
We'll see if Shenango sends Johnston out for an extra point or if they're going to use their offense and go for 2.
That wasn't Albertini, though, was it? No.
No.
Albertini's out.
Albertini's one of the 6 players who are unavailable. They will keep.
That was Vincent Houck, possibly, that runner, number 22.
Oh, on the run?
Yeah,
run. No, it's DeSalvo on the keeper.
Well, I know it's DeSalvo. I was seeing who he faked to.
Oh, Dando, the running back, who now sits sidecar right.
Okay, thank you.
Another fake, another keeper, DeSalvo. Man, he's got a little sneaky keep on that zone read. He gets the conversion as well. Keep an eye out for that name. DeSalvo, a player to watch in the future. He's a newbie out there, and he's got that first score of the game. 40-8 is your score. Let's keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com. Lee?
Yeah, I want to thank Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience, fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services, schematic design, construction documents, permitting, construction management to meet all your building project needs. You can call 724-652-1372. That's 724-652-1372 for more information. That's the Creative Edge.
I want to give a special shout out to a couple of local organizations giving their support here tonight.
Here at Shenango, the teachers and staff love their Wildcats. In the classroom or wearing the blue and gold, we have their back, and we wish the Cats the best this season.
This video is brought to you by the Shenango Area Education Association.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association. And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Special shout out there to the Union Area Education Association and the Shenango Education Association. Very gracious supporters of their individual schools on the year, as that kick return taken by Anthony Roper out to the 25-yard line. 3:50 on a winding fourth quarter clock.
Yeah, I was just looking back to see how our keys to the game worked out tonight, our works in progress keys to the game. Unfortunately, Union's done a nice job, though, James, of hanging on the ball. They do not have turnovers, and in that aspect, but for Shenango, they did not get anything going, unfortunately.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be tough sledding, again, when you have 6 different starters who play both ways, who are out of the contest tonight. You knew it was going to be tough for Coach Graham. You knew that they were going to have a couple of tricks up their sleeve. They did. They brought out a couple of different formations, just, like
just
you said.
Overmatched.
Yeah, overmatched against, Union's a healthy team right now, and they're your defending state runner-ups in Class 1A. Stanley's going to go under center, see if it'll be another carry for Seidel. It is. He loses his foot and got back to his feet, and they're going to say his knee hit right as he received the pitch.
Like it did, yeah, sure looked like it did.
So that's going to be a big loss for Chad Seidel. 5 carries now for 1 yard, and
an injured player.
And it's Seidel who kind of spun the tires as he went and got that pitch and then got back up. And you just hope that he is okay. While Trish tends to him. While Trish tends to Chad Seidel, we're going to step aside for a commercial break. Back in a moment. LCSportsNet.com.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit LCSportsNet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zingley Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Chad Seidel got carried off the field by a couple of the senior linemen.
Literally carried off the field. Yeah, that did not look good.
Yeah, well,
hopefully it's just a little sprain there.
So now a new player in the backfield getting the carry. That's number 27. That's Jaden Townsell on the carry.
Yeah, by the way, Mr. Yearge says hello. I said, good to see you, Mr. Yearge. He said, do you need me upstairs? I said, no, probably not. He says, good, because I don't want to walk up. So
Jaden Townsell getting a 4-yard pickup for his first carry of the season. Third down coming up, 3rd down and 10. But you can also tell, though, with Chad Seidel going out, those 2 carried him off the field, but there were about 5 others who were sprinting on the field to also carry him out. It tells you about what they feel about that young man.
Yeah, and they're still around him, making sure. Yeah, he's in some big-time pain.
Fan favorite, player favorite. And a good teammate is Seidel as Townsell gets the pitch to the outside, makes a couple of men miss, and gets out to about the 30-yard line before he's wrapped up going out of bounds. 5-yard carry for Jaden Townsell.
So maybe one last play here.
Union will go to 1-0, and they are the first team, other than Class 6A, but they are the first team with a conference victory in the WPIAL.
Yeah, that's right. Nice Thursday night football here.
It is. You know what? I like it, Lee.
So do I.
I'd love to see. I mean, Shenango's had the Saturday football tradition
I
off
missed
and on.
that.
You love it. Everybody would go out on Saturday night and watch the game. Why can't you do the same thing for Thursday night football? And I'll tell you a story after this play before we wrap it up. The fact of what Thursday night football could have been, as Townsell just runs into a wall of white jerseys, and that'll be a tackle for a loss, and Union will lose possession, turnover on downs for Shenango. But a couple years ago, Union was in danger of even having a football program. There was talk about, do they do the 8-man football? If they do, they'd play on Thursdays, and you'd have a lot of fans still come out because it's something different, something new. Guess what? Something different and new on Thursday Night Football tonight, but nothing new in terms of the result. The Union Scotties 1-0 in conference play, the 40-8 victory over the Shenango Wildcats. We'll step aside, pay some bills, come back. Our post-game show and awards to be handed out on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Union Scotties marching band wrapping up what was a fantastic evening for Scotty faithful, outgaining Shenango in the first half, 323-35, en route to their 40-8 victory as we start our Tri-County Principals post-game show. Lee Moan, too much Braylon Thomas against not enough white jerseys. Again, only 20 dressed tonight for Shenango, and unfortunately it showed.
Yeah, they gave a great effort,
yeah.
though.
Yes.
I mean, they played as hard as they could, but unfortunately, for the Scotties, I mean, Braylon Thomas, they got him outside, which he has that run pass option, and he was finding receivers wide open all night long. Not deep, but just finding him in slots, in position, and then the extra yards. But Braylon Thomas making a long touchdown run, but he did a little bit of everything tonight, as he usually does. So it's good to get the victory here tonight for the Scotties.
Yeah, touchdowns on their first 6 possessions of the game. Grayson Blakely catching the first 2 from 22 and 2 yards out, respectively. Then Braylon Thomas, a 1-yard keeper on a quarterback sneak, made it 20-0 after the first quarter. Dane Jockey then got into the fold. He got 2 touchdowns, one from 19 and one from 16 yards out. Made it 33-0 with 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Union would get one more turnover and one more time down the field. It actually didn't take far down the field because Braylon Thomas took one on the left edge for a 48-yard touchdown. Keep that play in mind here in a moment. It was 40-0 at the halftime break. 10-minute clocks in the second half, all running clock. Clock didn't stop for turnovers, change of possessions, or anything in the second half. And Nico DeSalvo played really well.
He did.
And he ends up
for
getting
the short time.
Yeah, the 18-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to get Shenango on the board. He got the conversion as well. 40-8 is your final score. Just real quick, talk about the significance of getting those young guys out there on the field for both teams, but for Shenango especially to see them get, when you don't have JV games, to be able to get a touchdown too in a varsity game.
Yeah, it's great for down the road. It's going to be down the road in the playoff experience for sure. It might need them. You never know when you're going to need them. So getting the varsity experience is going to be very important for later on in the season.
Couple stats. Braylon Thomas finishes 13 of 18 for 184 yards and 4 touchdowns on the evening. He also has 15 carries for $121 and a pair of running touchdowns on the day. Leading receiver is Dane Jonke, 3 catches for 44 yards and a pair of touchdowns. And Grayson Blakely with 4 catches for 30 yards and a pair of touchdowns, but he also had 2 defensive interceptions. Lee Moan, that's why he is your MVP of the game.
MVP Insurance proud to present the MVP of the Game award to Grayson Blakely of the Union Scotties, MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet. They're proud to honor Grayson as tonight's MVP of the game. He will receive a customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, in recognition of being named tonight's MVP of the game. To view the full list of this year's game MVPs, go online, lcsportsnet.com, click on the MVP of the game. Congratulations to Grayson Blakely for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MV Insurance. Call MVP for the win.
As for your Maley Chiropractic play of the game, I mean, you could have gone with any one of those 4 plays we just mentioned for Blakely. Both touchdowns for Dane Jonke, I thought, were pretty impressive as well. But it was the Mack truck of a hole that was built on that long touchdown run. That is why we're going to go with the Maley Chiropractic play of the game for Braylon Thomas's 48-yard touchdown run. Maley Chiropractic proud to honor Braylon Thomas of Union for tonight's play of the game. He also received his customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone and read of tonight's play of the game. You can view all of your Maley Chiropractic plays of the game, the full list of the season's top plays, by going to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. Congratulations, Braylon Thomas, your Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And while we're talking about that, make sure you follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, because when we post all the play of the games, the actual videos of those, we also are putting video highlights every week of a big play for our MVP of the game as well. So I'm going to have a fun time making a little montage of those 2 touchdowns and those 2 interceptions for Grayson Blakely because, well, if he shows up for my quiz tomorrow in class, then I will do it. But if he doesn't, then all bets are off. You're getting a blank screen there, Grayson. So keep that in mind and go ahead and put that on your Twitter feed. 40-8 here tonight. Lee, some final thoughts from Sox Russos.
Yeah, kudos to Shenango on for the effort tonight. Hopefully they're going to get back to health sometime soon. Michael Egato supposed to be back in a few 4 or 5 weeks. Hopefully Sam Patton hopefully be back in a couple weeks, and hopefully they'll get Farilla back and get some people back and get back to health. The Scotties, I mean, it's a good performance. It's nice to get that loss off your back, and they'll move on the next week.
Tell you what, Shenango could have used the Laurel schedule of having your non-conference game this week.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get any easier. They're back home next week, but hosting Rochester. Going to be a tough one there before they travel to Northgate.
Northgate's an up-and-coming team.
They are, and then Southside Beaver after that. So it is a tough time coming week in and week out for this Big Seven Conference. Union, on the other hand, will travel to Laurel before traveling to Springdale the following week. That's their non-conference game the rest of the way. Scotties, though, 1-0 in conference, 3-1 overall, and meeting number 89 all-time between the Cats and the Dogs. What was it? The
Brawl in the Alley.
That's right. The Brawl in the Alley? That
Brawl in
sounds
the
right.
Alley, I believe it is.
Well, it goes.
I have it. My shirt's in the car, so I think it's a Brawl in the Alley.
I got
Brawl
it
in
here.
the back alley or something in that line.
Back alley brawl.
The
there
back
you go.
alley brawl. I had the words just mixed up.
Well, Union not mixed up tonight. They got the offense rolling. The band is going to play us out. Your final score: Union 40 and Shenango 8. Thanks again to the entire crew. Real quick, we're going to let the band go by. Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers, Jacob Walzer, Jay Moan, my broadcast colleague Lee Moan. I'm James Dotson saying so long and stay tuned. 2 more games coming tomorrow on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.